Good evening from here in Montreal. I flew in a couple hours ago from Toronto and I'm here for work. Now, normally if I'm coming to Montreal from Toronto, I take one of the dozen or so daily Air Canada flights that service this route. But I thought, what would the fun be in that? And so I perused the internet for a more novel experience. Air Transat, which is a Canadian leisure airline based here in Montreal, has started recently taking delivery of their Airbus A321lr fleet. This is meant to be a medium to long-range aircraft, so to see it on a Toronto to Montreal service is quite unexpected, and of course I jumped on board at the opportunity. By jumping on board the plane. I need to come up with better jokes. Anyways, I took their club class, which is marketed and priced as premium economy, and that does make sense because this being mostly a transatlantic aircraft, it would be competing with everyone else's premium economy product. But on a 1-hour domestic flight, the seating service was more akin to business class than it was to economy. However, it was priced a lot closer to economy than it was domestic business class. So if you're in the market for a little bit more comfort in the air while flying domestic in Canada, maybe this will be a good option for you. Let's go back a couple hours and see how the flight was. Tonight's flight departs from Toronto's Pearson International Airport, which has 2 terminals, 1 and 3. Where's Terminal 2, you ask? It got demolished in the 70s because it was too ugly. I'm not even kidding, go look it up. Anywho, my flight tonight departs out at the Satellite B gates, which requires quite a few escalator rides, as you shall see later. This short flight will take only 55 minutes to travel to Montreal, a distance of 313 miles. The check-in areas in Terminal 3 take up the entire length of the building. Signage was clear and everything was well organized. Air Transat's check-in area is on the leftmost side in Section 5. Economy passengers checked in via the automated kiosks, and club class passengers had dedicated desks. There was no lineup for club class when I checked in at 5 p.m. Post-security, it was your standard fare of food courts and retail stores. I didn't hang around as my gate was B5, a 20-minute walk away from here. Along the way was one of the 2 Plaza premium lounges in this part of the terminal. I didn't go in today as there wasn't time. If you want to see what it's like inside, check out my WestJet 787 Dreamliner video, linked below. Just to let you know, Air Transat Club Class passengers can receive a $10 off coupon for these lounges. Be sure to ask the check-in staff. I then took one of these escalators, and then I took another one of these escalators, followed by one of these planar escalators after having taken another one of these planar escalators, and then finally one of these vertical escalators again, which led me to the B gates. For an airline named Flair Air, I failed to see much flair in their livery. I guess I'm judging them on appearance and should probably go on one of their flights before I come to conclusions. Anyways, here comes today's ride, a spanking new Airbus A321 new engine option long-range aircraft, or NEOLR? Anyhow, I think Air Transat has a much more appealing livery. I especially like how they made the typeface color brighter. It goes well with the white plane. Air Transat is the first North American carrier to operate this plane, and they do so mostly to European destinations from Toronto or Montreal. With its upgraded high bypass ratio engines, more and larger fuel tanks, and improved wing dynamics, this thing can fly up to 4,000 nautical miles fully laden, which boggles my very geeky brain. Awarded the Best Leisure Airline of 2019 by a much more prestigious airline reviewer than myself, Skytrax, Air Transat has a lot to live up to. Their new premium class cabin definitely seems to fill the shoes. Laid out in a 2-2 configuration, there are only 3 rows of club class. Here's my seat for today, 3K. This seat offers plenty of storage as well as legroom. I'm 181 centimeters tall, or for you Americans, 1/50th the length of a football pitch, and I had plenty of space. The footrest felt sturdy and substantial. Down here you had a small storage net for your phone and other loose items. Above that, the magazine rack. And above all of those, the in-flight entertainment screen, which swivels. There is a lit-up headphone and USB port. This window seat is configured so that there is an IFE box down here, which may or may not bother you. Between the seats is a water bottle holder, and back here are 2 universal power outlets with USB ports. More storage, probably for menus and such, and then the center armrest space. The tray table is stowed in here. And below that is another small storage space, as well as the remote for the entertainment system, which features a trackpad and some intuitive buttons. There is not much on the outboard side, although everything is well adorned in premium soft-feeling leather. Even though this was a 1-hour flight, earbuds were provided and yours to keep. They even came in this handy case. The earbuds themselves were of an in-ear variety, but otherwise were nothing special as they had no noise-canceling properties. Soon after, hot towels were distributed, but not pre-flight drinks. However, I can hardly be disappointed because I then received an amenity kit on a 1-hour flight. Even better, the amenity kit was massive as it contained a f***ing blanket. Okay, curbing my enthusiasm now, the kit also included an eye mask and a self-inflating neck pillow. Self-inflating as in you inflated yourself. Along with the blanket, the individual air nozzles made this one comfortable flight. After a quick taxi, we took off, and the starboard side of the plane was treated to spectacular views of downtown Toronto. Being Canadian, I have to apologize for not checking out the bathroom, although all of you seem to like those segments. There was turbulence throughout the flight, and the seatbelt signs remained on. This, however, did not detract the crew from providing a very expedient bar service. I opted for a ginger ale, which was accompanied by some cheesy snacks. We can, however, check out the in-flight entertainment system. The program operates via touchscreen or cursor driven by the remote. The interface was clean and well laid out. The route map was intuitive, although lacking in anything more than basic controls. There was a wide variety of newly released films, both in English and French. There was also a good variety of TV shows, enough for anyone to be satisfied on a longer flight. Air Transat definitely knows its customers, as there was an extensive kids section with enough content to keep them busy for quite a few flights. Overall, very good system, befitting a new plane. By now, we were flying over Kingston, Ontario, marking our halfway point. I tried out the leg rest, which is a great addition for passenger comfort. The recline, however, did not go back that far. With everything considered, I am thoroughly impressed. I paid 288 Canadian dollars for this one-way, 1-hour flight, a price that is comparable to what a flex economy ticket would cost with Air Canada or WestJet on the same route. Now, most people would not pay that much for a 1-hour flight, but that's besides the point as to why I did. Air Transat flies transatlantic with this plane, and their club class prices are often very competitive with not only other airlines' premium economy offering, but economy as well. The cabin and the seat are both very clean and comfortable. I would be quite happy flying long haul in it. The staff are extremely friendly, funny, and accommodating. Besides, I'm still shocked that I received an amenity kit on this short ride. Overall, I'm with Skytrax in believing that Air Transat is worthy of its title as best leisure airline. The experience did not feel at all like I was on a budget airline, as I would say it's on par with the legacy carriers. Speaking of which, Air Canada has, as of the posting of this video, finalized its acquisition of Air Transat. The former has said that it does plan to keep Air Transat in its current form for the foreseeable future, which is all well because Air Transat's club class, for any traveler, is a great option. Thanks again for watching this video. If you're not entertained, I have linked below a video of paint drying. For the rest of you, safe travels and see you next time.